In this lesson, you will learn how to utilize the 4 default views in 3ds Max. By default, 3ds Max uses a top view, a front view, a left view, and a perspective view. And each view gives you a unique look at the three-dimensional model or models that you're creating. To make a view active, simply click in the view with your left mouse button. Start by clicking in the front view. Take your mouse cursor, click your left mouse button in the front view, and you will see that it is highlighted by a gold border. Now let's click in the top view, and we see now it is highlighted with the gold border. And the left view, and we're back to the perspective view. Now let's put something, a three-dimensional object, into our scene so that we can begin to utilize our different views. Over here in the panel, click the create icon, and then click geometry and click box. Take your mouse cursor, and we're going to work down here in the perspective view. Take your mouse cursor and place it somewhere in the perspective view on the grid. Hold down your left mouse button and drag to the right, and you will see a box start to appear. It doesn't have to be too big. Maybe this size is good. Release the left mouse button and drag your mouse upward. You will see a box start to appear. Click your left mouse button one more time and our box is complete. But you'll notice that as we drew a box in the perspective view, we now have a box in the front, top, and left view. Let's take a look at our box in the different views. Take your mouse cursor and click in the front view. And if you look up here in the front view, you'll see that it says wireframe, which means we're looking at the box as a wire versus a solid. So let's change that. I want you to press the F3 key on your keyboard, and that will turn the box into a solid, the same as it is in the perspective view. Let's now do the same in the top view. Take your mouse cursor, left click into the top view, and press the F3 key. We are now looking at the box as if we were flying over top of it. We're looking at it from the top. Let's do the same for the left view. Click the left mouse button and press F3. This view allows us to look at the box as if we were looking at it from the left side. Let's see how that works. Let's come back over here to the Create panel and click on Sphere. And over here in the perspective view, maybe right beside the box, hold down your left mouse button and drag outward, and you will see a sphere start to appear. Then release the left mouse button. We can now begin to see how our sphere is positioned by looking at it in the 4 different views. In our perspective view, which is our true 3D view, we see that the sphere is on the right side of our box. If we look at it from the front view, as if we're standing in front of it, let's click there, we can see that this is true, that the sphere is on the right side of our box, but it appears to be a little lower than our box. And if we click over here in the top view, we can see that our sphere is on the right side of our box. However, it appears to be out a little in front of our box. And down here in the left view, if we click here, we can see that definitely our sphere is to the left on the right side of our box, because we're looking at it from the left view and the box is covering the sphere. So let's line things up a little bit so that the sphere and the box are on the same level and they are aligned properly. Let's start doing this in the front view. So let's click in the front view with our left mouse button. Click on the sphere once with your left mouse button. Now let's come up here to the toolbar and click on Select and Move, this icon here. Click it once and you'll notice that some directional arrows have started to appear around the sphere, and these directional arrows allow us to move the sphere in different directions. So to adjust the sphere so that it is level with the box, I want you to click and hold down on click your mouse button and hold it down on the green arrow and drag the sphere up so that it is level on the same line here with the box. And notice how that has affected the left view as well. Now let's position the box so that it is aligned in the top view, or let's position the sphere so that it is aligned in the top view with the box. So in the top view, click with your left mouse button, click on the sphere, and let's once again use the green arrow that designates our y-axis and drag the box so that it is aligned, or drag the sphere so that it is aligned with the box. And look at how it affects the alignment in the left view. So now we can see that the box and the sphere are completely aligned by adjusting it in our different views. Finally, let's take a look at how we can access our different views so that we can view the top view only, or maybe the front view only. To do that, let's start with the top view. So let's click there, and it is highlighted with a gold border, and hold down the Alt key and press the letter W. This makes the top view full screen. So now we are looking at our objects from the top full screen. Now hold down the Alt key and press W again, and it returns us to the default 4 views. This works in any of the 4 views. Let's try this with the perspective view, which is our true 3D view. Click in the perspective view with your left mouse button. Hold down the Alt key and press the letter W. Now our perspective view is our full screen view. We're now looking at the box and the cube in true 3D form. I want to take your attention to the little gizmo up here in the right hand corner. When you're in the perspective view, this little gizmo called the directional compass will allow you to view your models or your design from different angles. Let's start by placing your mouse cursor on the little circle or halo here around the box. Just place it here, hold down the left mouse button, and begin to drag the compass around, and you will see that depending on your direction, it will rotate the objects so that we can see them from a different view. Also, it has a box here, for example, with, the word front. If we click on front, we quickly see our design from the front. Then we have these little triangles here. If we click on these triangles, it takes us to the next view. This is our left view. That's our back view. Here's our right view. And then there's a little house up here. If we click the house, do that, it will take us back to our default view. If we hold down Alt and press W, we now go back to our 4 default views. Thank you.